Welcome to 5-Minute Insight. In this session, we give you a short presentation of the ERP-system Microsoft Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. There's hardly a need for a deep presentation of Microsoft as a system vendor. Microsoft's entry into the industry of ERP systems came in 2002 when Microsoft acquired the Danish company Navision, which was a merger of the two system vendors Damgaard and Navision, and included the two ERP systems Navision and Axapta. For some years, there were speculations about what would happen to the systems Navision and Axapta, as Microsoft already had a portfolio of other ERP systems from before, and just mentioning Great Plains as one of these applications. And if these applications would be merged into just one system. However, both Navision and Axapta have developed into being Microsoft's two leading offerings within ERP systems, but nowadays renamed into Business Central and Finance and Operations. Since 2002, Microsoft has established itself as one of the global leading system vendors within ERP systems, and the business area within Microsoft, focusing on Dynamics products, employs more than 10,000 employees. Microsoft has always worked on the basis of a pure partner model, which means that all sales and implementation take place via the partner channel. However, the product licenses are mainly signed directly with Microsoft. This has been Microsoft's model since its founding, and Microsoft is probably the system provider in the IT industry that has come furthest when it comes to creating a globally comprehensive and high-selling partner channel. Globally, there are several thousand of partners offering services for the application Dynamics for finance and operations, and on the Scandinavian market alone, there are plus 50 local partners. Leading partners in the Scandinavian market is Orango, Society, Columbus, Fujitsu, DXC, EG, Accenture, and Avanade. Microsoft has during the last years changed its release concept and no longer specifies specific version numbers. Currently, Microsoft releases 2 new versions per year, and the future plan is to increase the frequency of new versions, in line with the overall model in the cloud industry. The primary delivery model for Dynamics for Finance Operations is managed cloud, which means that the product is offered as a cloud solution via Microsoft Azure. However, it's possible to implement the system also as a local installation at the customer site under certain conditions, but this is becoming more and more unusual. The product has a global distribution with customers in plus 100 countries. There are currently about 40 country localizations, and the product is translated into 30 languages. Historically, the previous generation called Axapta targeted a customer segment where the customer had about 50 up to 200 users. Over the past 10 years, however, Microsoft has invested heavily in the application with the ambition of making the system competitive also to the target group of international and global organizations. This means that the system today is primarily aimed at large organizations with at least 250 users. It is possible also for smaller organizations to use the system, but normally the complexity and the cost will be too high. Most of the customers who turn to finance operations have specific industry needs, such as advanced manufacturing or advanced trading logistics. From a global perspective, there are partners solutions that makes the application available for all possible industry segments. Globally, the product has about 20,000 customers, of which about 800 exist on the Swedish market. If we look at functionality, Dynamics 365 for finance operations has become a very comprehensive system supporting more or less all business processes. In the system standard version, the functionality is slightly below the major ERP players SAP and Oracle, but each year getting closer, and together with selected partner solutions, the system can achieve cutting-edge functionality for most processes. Microsoft's strategy is based on the concept of developing a landscape with partner apps and has already come a long way with a very large range of apps. As market position, Dynamics 365 for finance operations has moved from the middle segment and is gradually moving higher and higher up the scale in terms of size of customer segments. This means that the product is becoming both wider and deeper in functionality at the same time as the system's complexity is becoming very high. It's a fact that finance operations has grown out of many of its previous smaller customers and nowadays only focus on the segment of large or international enterprises. Common competitors in selection cases are all major business systems such as SAP, Oracle, Infor, and IFS. In the Swedish market, also Jeeves is a competitor. And it also happens in some cases that finance operations is competing with Microsoft's other offering, Business Central, which focus on customers in the segment of 30 up to 400 employees. A short summary of Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. Dynamics 365 has experienced strong development in recent years and can today compete with all major and international ERP systems. The standard version has a generally high functionality, but together with a wide partner channel that offers niche extensions, the product can achieve cutting-edge functionality for all industry segments. The downside of the product's development and increased functionality is that the product has become complex and often entails high costs for both licenses and implementation. Based on its complexity, the success of an implementation highly depends on which partner is used. Using the right partner is crucial for success. The product is nowadays offered as a managed cloud service based on Microsoft Azure. You have listened to a short presentation of the ERP-system Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. More information of finance operations and other ERP systems can be found in our market analysis ERP systems in Sweden. The analysis can be ordered and downloaded from our website. Thank you for listening.